I'm Dave Mullard, I'm Business Development Manager at Crosby Straightpoint, and welcome to this edition of our Ask the Expert podcast. So today we'll be answering a question that came up in a recent webinar about load cells, and the question was, what is the maximum effective distance for wireless connection on Crosby Straightpoint load cells? Now, the key part of this question is the effective distance, so in real world conditions. But first, let's start with the maximum distance. So what is the maximum distance between the load cell, which is the transmitter, and typically the handheld, which is the receiver, but in some cases it could be something like the USB stick if you're using software. So the maximum distance is 1,000 meters for any of our newest generation load cells, and those can be identified by the TS logo that appears on the load cell. Now, be aware that 1,000 meters is achievable in good conditions, so that's where there's clear line of sight between the load cell and the receiver, and also low interference. So a couple of things you do need to be aware of that could reduce that. So any obstructions, so things like walls or metal columns, you really do need to have that line of sight to get the full 1,000 meters. Or if there's any interference, so other radio frequency devices or switching gear, things like electric motors and transformers, that would reduce that 1,000 meters down. So while 1,000 meters might appear excessive, and that's true for most applications, we design for that so that even in poor conditions where the wireless signal's reduced, it's still sufficient to allow you to be hundreds of meters away, which is then still suitable for things like heavy lifts and high capacity proof testing where you want to be well away from the load. So that way we can ensure the most important thing, which is for you to be safe and away from the load. So thank you very much to that participant in the webinar for today's question, and we'll see you next time on Ask the Expert.